Welcome to Third Eye Champagne. I'm Kirsten, Langston, author and intuitive. We have your Celebri-tea today. Hello Instagram, hello YouTube. Don't forget, I will be live this Thursday, unless there's something going on, but I don't think there is. But I'm pretty sure there's nothing. I will be live this Thursday on both Instagram and YouTube, reading on what you guys want me to read on. The chat will be on. Everything will be open and ready. We have interesting things going on. I also have a very long read coming up on the impeachment trial. That's going to be over on Patreon. Let's get into it. This is what we're looking at today. I might go over time. Instagram can be weird with the timing. So sometimes they're like, no, you can only have 10 minutes. And then sometimes they're like, no, you can do whatever you want. So whatever. But I'll upload a part 2 on Instagram if I need to. We are looking at Dr. Dre. We are looking at T.I. and Tiny, and we are looking at Marilyn Manson. So we got some interesting stuff here. We're going to take a peek. I want to look at Dr. Dre first. So Dr. Dre's wife has come out. First of all, the man had an aneurysm. He was in the hospital. Then the wife is saying, you know, they're getting a divorce. And I feel like they've been together forever. And his wife is saying that it was an abusive relationship. Now, Dr. Dre has a history of hitting women. I'm sure you guys know this. You know, he hit Dee Barnes years ago. And I think there was accusations that he had put his hands on Michelle as well. So this is not surprising that it's coming out. And I want to get a general feel for what's going on here. And then I want to read specifically on Dre. I'm going to tell you this right now. His wife, soon to be ex-wife, she's going to be fine. This woman is going to be just fine. I feel really good energy around her. I feel really hopeful energy around her. So I want to say her name's Nicole. Let's make sure. Let's make sure I'm not screwing that up. It's Mercury retrograde, and I don't have anything. Just keep saying his wife, Dre and his wife, his wife, his wife, his wife. Well, okay, that's not helpful. I want to say it's Nicole. But anyway, she's going to be good. I feel really good energy around her. I'm telling you, she is probably heading into the best years of her life, quite frankly. I know that sounds nuts, but she's feeling really good to me. So the cards already they're headed for divorce. Here it is. They're walking towards divorce. Okay. I guess she had asked now. I'm like, I saw a headline. So I'm like, I didn't watch the video, but I saw the headline that she had asked for $2 million a month in support, which, you know what? Get some, girl. Seriously. You know why? Because this guy has a temper. I'm not going to sit here and say she's lying. She's, you know, I would never say that about anybody. Unless it was like real obvious. But she carried a burden here. This woman carried a burden here, and that's here in the cards as well. She carried a burden. It's great. She's showing up the root of the reading. So what I love about the reading is this. She shows up with the victory and the healing card. She's coming here with the victory and the healing card. So I'm telling you, she's going into some very good stuff here. She's going into new love. She's going into a new life. There's going to be a fight over the money. We know that. It's here. I mean, there's going to be a fight. We know, I mean, come on, when there's this much money at stake, people are going to fight, people are going to be weird about it. You know, I say, this is, you know, be fair, you know, split it up equally and be fair. But there is going to be a fight, a big fight over this money, but she's headed into some really good stuff, beautiful stuff. I want to see the nature of their relationship. I want to be a little bit nosy. I mean, it's already out there. All the business is already out there. So I'm going to be a little bit nosy and look at that. By the way, I'm on Clubhouse, so if you want to come hang out, Third Eye Champagne, 3RD. It's not all spelled out. At least I don't think it is. Jesus. This Mercury retrograde, can I just tell you, let's go see who I am on Clubhouse. Can I just tell you, it's like messing with my brain. Yeah, Third Eye, 3RD, Eye Champagne. I currently have 8 followers on Clubhouse. So that's where I am with that. But I think Eliza and I are going to be starting a room over there. So if you're on, please, please, please make sure that you're following me and Eliza. And it's pretty interesting. Okay, show me Dre and wifey here. Show me the nature of this relationship. It was ugly. I gotta say this was an ugly relationship. There were moments of just explosive behavior. And I feel like she's giving me like, you know, she was like, I did the best I could. I'm doing the best I can. I did the best I could. To navigate him. I feel like she felt like she had to navigate him. Like it was never easy. It was never upfront. It was never straightforward. He rules that house. He rules like I'm the, you know, ruler of the castle. Like this man's life is coming down around his ears and it's not finished yet. So there is more coming for him. There is more coming for him. Is he going to die rich? Yes. Is he going to die with a lot of money? Absolutely. But I think that there is a reckoning here, physically, emotionally, you know, societally, in public. There's a reckoning coming for Dre. Big time. Big time. He held a lot of power in this relationship. The kids are here. You know what's really sick? The lovers is on top of him. He really loved this woman, but I don't think he could control himself. She felt trapped. And he ruled the roost. This isn't the root of the reading. This is under her. This is under him. So she felt very trapped. She felt like she couldn't move. And he did whatever he wanted. This man did whatever he wanted. I mean, I have no doubt he was, you know, he had affairs if he wanted. He would beat her up if he wanted. He would withhold from her. I see a lot of weird withholding. Like, no, you can't have money for this. I think he was really holding like purse strings. He would tell her she couldn't do things just for the hell of it. I mean, it's not, I mean, we're not into like R. Kelly territory here. It's not like he was, you know, running away with the cell phone. You can't have your phone or anything. But he was capricious with what he quote unquote allowed her to do. He's a very controlling guy. Very controlling guy. There's love here though. That's the crazy thing. I mean, it's here and it's here. It's weird. I mean, there's love here. Maybe not on her end anymore, but maybe. I mean, entirely possible. But the nature of the relationship, look at this. Look at this. 5 of Cups, 5 of Wands, and the 7 of Swords. There was sneaking. There wasn't any openness. There wasn't any good communication. There was either fighting or sadness, depression. This was not a happy place. It wasn't a happy relationship. And they used to be happy. There was periods of time maybe where they were very, very, very happy, but it didn't last. It never lasted. Both of them were always kind of like, when is it going to turn? This man couldn't control his temper. He's got a very dark side. I'm picking up on it, and I gotta tell you, it's really dark. Just, you know, my way or the highway, super controlling, I can do whatever I want, out of control ego, but not in an obvious way, but you know, the ego was out of control in the sense of, you know, I own the world. I can do whatever I want. I can treat you like shit. I can treat them like shit. I can bang a million girls if I want, you know, just kind of a shitty attitude. And I think it was all undercover. I don't think a lot of people saw this side of him. She's going to be okay. This man is still going to be, things are coming down around his ears. I'm telling you, it's not done yet. Okay, so T.I. and Tiny. Okay, so I assume everybody knows who Dr. Dre is. I mean, this is my assumption, but he's a prolific rapper and producer. It started out in NWA. T.I. is also a rapper, and he and his wife Tiny have a reality show. I don't know if it's still on the air. I don't watch reality TV much anymore, but there have been allegations against them that they have drugged and coerced at least one person into sexual conduct. And T.I. vehemently denies this. He made a statement saying, you know, whatever my wife and I did with other people, it was consensual and we didn't drug people. Now, here's what's interesting. This is what I pick up. And this is weird, okay? Because I don't get the sense that this situation being described here by this woman, the accusations being made, it's weird, okay? It's like, wait, you're both right. She felt coerced. They felt like she was giving consent. There was no malicious intent. I think that T.I. and Tiny probably, honestly, like to get messed up and, you know, have a good time. And they like people that do that as well. I don't think they plotted and planned. So it may be like, you know, let's get you a little loose, you know, so you're going to be okay with our weird sex stuff. You know, like that. Like, you know, let's get you a little liquored up and then we'll make a move and see what happens kind of a thing. But which is not okay, by the way. Which is not okay, which is actually not okay because you can't give consent when you're intoxicated. But I think they thought that that was okay. They were just trying to get, oh, well, let's just get them to relax. You know what I mean? I don't get like they were plotting, you know, let's get the I forget it. What is it? The Rohypnol, whatever it is. You know, let's get it and put it in her drink. You know what I mean? I don't see that here. But I do see that everybody has a point. But they did. They would get people kind of messed up, or they would get messed up with people. You know what I mean? They would get intoxicated, and then it was like, all right, let's do this, let's do that. You know, let's take some ecstasy and, you know, lock the door in the bedroom all night. You know, that kind of stuff. This is damaging. This is potentially damaging to them. It doesn't seem to go away. There is this sense that they manipulated people. I'm not gonna lie, but if you ask them, they would say, no, we didn't do that. And from their perspective, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like I said, they plotted and they planned, or that they were attempting to hurt people, but there was this kind of covert, like, you know, let's get you a little liquored up and see how far you'll go. You know what I mean? So that there's kind of and I think on their end, it was like, you know, we're just trying to get you to relax. And on this person's end, the one making the accusations, it was like, no, that was effed up. Like, you never should have fed me the pills. You never should have given me the booze or whatever it was, you know, that was not okay. And she's right. So it's a little bit, it's interesting. I think, they truly do believe they're innocent. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think there's a cover up here. In that they plotted and planned and picked out victims and that kind of stuff. So I want to say there was no malicious intent, but what I really want to say is there was no conscious malicious intent, because come on, you gotta know. You gotta know people can't give consent when they're effed up. Like, I have had to have this conversation with, you know, some of the kids, the nieces and nephews. I am an auntie after all. And it's like, just FYI, like, you can't give consent when you're intoxicated, and the other person can't give consent when they're intoxicated. So it's something to be really, really aware of. So let's just see. I want to see where this goes for them. It doesn't, I don't know, dude. It doesn't go away. Like, it seems to get salacious. It seems to get really, what's the word I want? Kind of gossipy, and everybody wants to talk about it. Like, I don't see it just disappearing, but I don't think it goes legal, or if it goes legal, it doesn't really go anywhere because there's no evidence or something like that. You know what I mean? It doesn't go away though. It doesn't go away. Not for a while. People are like still talking about it. People still talk about it. Like, this is like, you know, gossip card. People are still talking about it. They may pay this person to shut up. There's a lot of money in these cards. So they may pay this person to shut up. But it's Mercury retrograde. Information is going to come out. Things are going to come out. That's just all there is to it. Let's take a look at Marilyn Manson. So Evan Rachel Wood. Okay, and I remember this from years ago when they were first together, and I was like, this is gross. She's too young for him. Like, that's disgusting. She previously came out and said she was groomed and she was abused, and she never named names. And just recently she said, well, it was Marilyn Manson, who, for those of you who don't know, I assume everybody knows who these people are because I do, but he was a shock rocker. Use that term. In the 90s, I actually went to one of his shows. When he was co-headlining with Hole. And I went to see Courtney Love, and she was just as bizarre as you would think. But you know what? I have to say, what I admired from that show is when she was finished playing, she took off her guitar and she's like, I'm gonna give my guitar to somebody in the audience, which I was like, holy shit, you know, 19, 20 years old, something like that. And all these dudes, I guess, started pushing up towards the stage, and she was like, fuck you, I'm giving it to a girl. And I was just like, whoa. And she was like screaming at people, like, get back, like, you know, get off her, blah, 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 blah. So the Marilyn Manson show was okay. I wasn't really there to see him. He was all right. Very, very theatrical. It was like kind of seeing a Broadway play, you know. I mean, he got out a Bible and ripped pages out from it, or a Bible. I don't know if it was a real Bible, you know, and he had a little pulpit, and, you know, I think he had like an anarchy symbol. I mean, it was just, you know, it's for kids. It's for kids. This guy, and I want to say Rose McGowan came out and said that he had done stuff like that to her as well. Wow, this is really interesting. What an interesting take. He's all bummed out that she turned on him. That's a very bizarre take. He's all bummed out that she turned on him, that she outed him. He was like, why did she do that? Like, he's feeling very sorry for himself. He's feeling very victimized. It's very woe is me, but part of him is also like, who cares? Nobody's gonna listen to her. He's delusional. This guy's delusional. I gotta put more cards down on this. But it's weird because he goes back and forth. I don't like reading on him. His energy's terrible. I would rather read on Dr. Dre, who slapped Dee Barnes. We know he's abused people before, and I'm like, his energy's better. This guy's energy is disgusting. It's absolutely awful. Absolutely awful. I mean, oh my God. Horrifying. Horrifying. He's delusional. He feels like nobody listened to her. He's like, I'm still the king kind of a thing. Like, it's all this raging male ego horse shit. You know, I'm still in charge. I'm still famous. To hell with her. Blah, blah, blah. But then he's like all bummed out that she quote unquote turned on him. So he's also got this whole thing where he's like, I can't believe she did this to me. You know, he's very victimized. Does he even have a career anymore? I think he does. But I think this further marginalizes him. Oh God, the energy is just awful. Yeah, he feels like she just ruined him. She's out to get me, blah, blah, blah. He's worried about money. This guy's worried about money. He's on to a new victim already, though. He's on to a new girl. Look at this. What do I care? I've got another girl. I've got it probably young, like really young. Like he actually likes him really young. I don't know if I want to say Epstein young, but young. But at the same time, he keeps telling himself like, it'll be fine. I'll be fine. Everything will be fine. I don't think it will. I want to do one more card spread here on consequences for him. It's a reckoning. It's a reckoning for all of these guys that do shit like this, that have been doing it for years. I see him losing money. I definitely see him losing money here. So let's see. Let's see. Losing money. What else is happening? What are the consequences? I mean, I feel like he doesn't really have much of a career. So, yeah, I'm like, I gotta make the big eyes. Like, I feel like he's not, you know, that big. Or, I mean, who's going to see his shows? I haven't heard of this guy's name in years. Let's see. Yeah, he loses money. That's here. Loses money. Yeah, he's woe is me. He's just, oh, woe is me. How could she do this to me? Yep, he loses money. Other people might come out and say something about this too. There may be other people that come out and say, yeah, he did it to me as well, blah, 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 blah. He's gonna hunker down. He's gonna kind of hunker down and sit tight, but Evan Rachel Wood emerges from this. There's something on her where I'm like, holy shit, like this is incredibly empowering for her. And I see her going further and further in her career. She may turn to directing. Something that really gets her a lot of accolades is coming her way. Like really a lot. So I don't know if this is Academy Award. I don't know if she's like, I'm a director now and I direct the best movies. I don't know what this is, but something's coming her way where people are like, oh my God. This has lifted something off of her that she can name names and walk away. So I see this, somehow this energy, his energy was holding her back. And you know what, weird, in the woo-woo sense, I get that he was like really still kind of plugged into her, and she's like pushed that away, and it affects her career, and it affects it in an incredibly positive way. So I see the two women here coming out on top big time and just doing incredibly well and feeling really good. So my hat is off to them. You know, it's not easy to come out and say these things. It's not, you know what I mean? Especially when the guy's famous and he's rich and he's powerful and, you know, everybody wants to tell you, you know, all the reasons why what you're saying isn't true. And, you know, it takes a lot of courage. So that's my Celebri-tea for the day, my darlings. I will see you very soon. Remember, I will be here Thursday to read on whatever you guys want me to read on. Patreon. Now listen, Patreon, you guys, I am not that far away. I'm like 60 people away from getting 1,000 patrons. I would love to get 1,000. It would make me like over the moon happy. So if you want to help me out, come be a patron. Or tell your friends about it if you're already a patron. Put it up on your social media. Make sure you tag me if you do. We're doing a patron drive here. And I'm also just a few subs away on YouTube to 14,000. You know, I was shadow banned on YouTube. It's very difficult for me to be seen. So the only way I can be seen is if you guys tell people about me. So if you could put that up, put this video up, put it on your social media, talk to your friends about it, you know, put it in the Reddit chat. You know, talk about it. Talk about Auntie. Talk about me. I would appreciate it very, very much. And hopefully we can get to our sub goal and our Patreon goal. I'm very excited if we do. I do love you. I do adore you. Be well.